and welcome to Leanne's Weekly Weigh-In. I am Leanne, and this week at the Weight Watchers scale, it's comic relief. And here is my comic relief nose. He is Sniffer the dog and looks just like Poppy, just so like Poppy, which I was really excited about. I'm going to take my teeny boppers off because they're going to get on my nerves throughout the meeting tonight. But I wanted to say, before I start telling you what was on the scales, I want to say a big hello to my youngest connectagon. I want to say hello to little George. Little George is out there. He's been watching the show with his mum all this week. Over 2 days, they watched every episode of Leanne's Weekly Weigh-In. And I hear, George, that you love my theme tune. So I thought, in the spirit of Teletubbies, let's do it again. I'm sorry. I just love doing it for the children. And this week we will find out there are some more kids involved in this week's show, because some of the people who out there do know what I do. You all know I work for M&S, but I also work at my local church as well as a children's pastor. So I help out at Sunday school, and that's what I trained in as well. So I do love having the kids around. So when I hear that children enjoy my show and children are watching, and I see some amazing things that the kids are doing on Weight Watchers, I want to say hello to you all and say you're welcome. You're welcome at down here. Sit down. Let's have some fun, and let's eat healthy, and let's get ourselves going. Let's get some exercise as well and do all those amazing things. So kids and mums, because it's Mother's Day this weekend, welcome to Leanne's Weekly Weigh-In. I am Leanne, and this week at the Weight Watchers scale, I lost ½ pound, and that was ½ pound off, which is really good, and a total of 29.5 pounds in total. Now I think I am due for a deficit, and I think that they're gonna knock my points down, because I'm not going steadily as I was before. And this happens, I don't know if anybody else finds this, but as soon as I go into the next stone and I start going into right at the top end, so you get to the 0.12, 0.13, or even up to a 0.11, it tends to stay or fluctuate or just go down a little bit. And then all of a sudden your body gets used to it. Well, I don't know, my body does. And then it starts to gradually go down again. But it ties in quite nicely, this theme, with what somebody wrote to me this week. And I didn't actually reply to anybody this week because it was a giveaway. And we have got the giveaway later on. I mustn't say that out too loud because it'll set off that alarm, won't it? But Victoria writes in, you did actually send me a message and you say, can I ask, do you use all your smart points in the day and save your weeklies for the weekend? Well, when I first started back in the day, back in August, when I started properly on smart points, yes, I did eat all my smart points during the day, and also I ate into my weeklies, and I did keep them for the weekend, but I didn't eat all of them. That changes because as you get further down the scales, you lose some smart points, and it's horrible. It's the most horrible feeling, and I don't know why. I don't know if anybody else feels. I think it's just like an emotional, mental thing in my head. I just go, they've taken away my smart points. They've taken away my weeklies. What's happened to my dailies? You go, you get weighed in. Your coach says, well done, you got another silver 7, this has happened, well, what are you doing? You go around the meeting and people say, what did you do differently? And it's really, really good fun. And then you get home and you turn on your phone and you it's horrible. It's almost like an Alfred Hitchcock film, isn't it? You can just imagine that They've taken away my weeklies and some of my dailies, but I do think I am due for another one because it seems to be happening, I think I'm eating the right amount of smart points at the moment for the weight that I am at. And I know that the lowest that you can have for your dailies is 27, and the lowest I think for your weeklies is 35, or it might be 30, because I think I'm just about in that region. So I think I am due for going down to the 27s, which also brings me to another question that was asked, and I'm going to get my iPad out for this. So if anybody else has got your phones or your smartphones or your tablets or whatever you use, whatever device you use to do this, turn on your smartphone, because the question was, and this is really important, I think, anyway, I think it's very important, because what happens is when you first start Weight Watchers, nobody really tells you all of the jargon. And you get given, some of us get given a video to watch. Others, if you have a coach that's quite interactive, he will sit down or she will sit down with you and explain the program. But nobody really tells you how to use the app. Nobody sits and tells you how to do this, how to do that. And I thought I'd explain some of the things. And it ties in with this. It's actually, what is the Blue Dot Challenge? What is it? I had to ask. I didn't know. The Blue Dot Challenge is, if you go on your SmartPad, and I'm going to put it up here for you to see so you can follow along with me. So if you go from where you are from your day, because obviously when you open the app it goes to your day, there you go, you can see everything. I've eaten all my points for today, I've still got my 35 weeklies, and you go to the journey, which is the next one along, and that is where all the magic happens from Weight Watchers, not from the Connects, but actually from Weight Watchers. So it's when you go to your meeting, it gets tracked. Your weight loss should get tracked on your progress chart. You can change your progress chart, and it turns around, and you can do it. You can see all of it, or you can see a week, a year, or you can see 1 month. And there you go. You can see my 3 months, and it changes, and you can see, and it's I think it's pretty cool actually. So when you come out of that one and you go back to this screen, what you will also see underneath the table view. Let's quickly have a look at that one, shall we? If you look at the table view, there you go. That's all of your weeks that have tracked. Now there are some, there you go. You can see where I missed out back in October, where I left my senior and when it started working around coming to Paddington, and you can see there's Christmas where we didn't have a weigh-in, and that other, oh gosh, there's the 14th. That wasn't that was when I was at Christmas party as well. So those weights not tracked. I could go in and track them, but I can't remember what they were now. But you can actually manually do it, but you can that automatically should get done by your meeting. So come out of that again, and then underneath there you will see the days in the tracking zone, and that's 25 to 37 smart points. That is what you should be eating throughout the day. You shouldn't go below 27, you shouldn't go above 37, realistically. I know that some people do. I know I have, when I've gone and had a night out with the girls and we went for Chinese, and of course I had to eat my 35 smart points because what I was eating went over and above. So if you track between your 27 and your 37 smart points, you will be given a blue dot, and this is where the Blue Dot Challenge comes in. You can challenge yourself to have 5 blue dots for the week if you're doing it for a work week, or you have 7 for the whole week if you're wanting to do it for the full week. But some people, and these are the real gold medalists of this, they do the whole month, and that is some feat. Anyway, that's the Blue Dot Challenge, and that is your target zone that you should be eating your smart points in. Never ever ever go below 27, and try not to go above 37. So in answer to your question, now what I do is, because I'm on a lower dose of dailies, sometimes I do eat all my weeklies now, and that might be reflective on the scales, that I'm not actually losing as much because I am eating into my weeklies. I try to eat my weeklies by the weekend, because by the time I get to Monday and Tuesday, I can sort of like ease myself back in for weighing on a Wednesday. And usually when it's high points, if it's and I like carbs, it will probably be carbs at the weekend. So to go back into the drinking your water on your Monday and your Tuesday, just to get your water levels down as well, because obviously we retain water if we are having too many carbs. And come on, it is all about enjoying the foods you love, and that's what this week's theme is all about. And that's how it is. That is life. That is life. And I have to admit, I do think that they are going to knock me off in a couple of weeks down to 27 smart points a day, and I am getting a bit nervous about that. But I'm not going to think about it, because what I am going to think about is how much I enjoy the foods that I eat, and I'm going to share them all with you now in my shopping bag. So in my shopping bag today, we have got things from Waitrose and from Marks and Spencer, and also from Sainsbury's, and also as well we have from the Weight Watchers meeting. So what I'm going to do, because we're into Lent and we're near enough up to Easter, I want to do some testers and comparisons between different places to buy things for Easter, the usual things that we're going to have at Easter. So, and it's been quite a feat actually to try and find low points for Easter eggs, but I found some chocolatey delights that I'm going to share over the next couple of weeks, and we're going to have a look at what their smart point value is and whether they are worth all of the bother of actually having them. So I'm going to just go in here. I'm going to start with the Weight Watchers one first of all, because this is the in-house meeting and this is a new one, and as you can see, these have all been eaten bar one. Now, not by me, I've only had one of them because I started giving them out at work, because we've been working late all this week. I've had a bit of a funny week this week, what with the attack and everything in London. It's been a bit horrendous actually. So I gave out some of these at work, and they are the brand new in your meeting only. Well, actually, I say in your meeting only. You can order these online if you want to. If you do Weight Watchers from home, or if you're online only, if you're just doing ESOLs, you can order everything that I show you from the meetings. You can order them online at the Weight Watchers shop. I'll put the link down below. These are chewy cereal bars made using oats and mixed grains and cranberries, black currants, blueberries and mixed seeds. And yes, they do taste actually very nice. I don't really like granola bars though, and I tell you why. It's because I don't have the best teeth in the world, and they do get stuck in my teeth, and I've got very soft teeth like my dad. And what happens is, when I had popcorn, the kernel broke my tooth, didn't it? I told you about that before. And I get very worried when I start eating things like this. The health conscious amongst us in the office loved them. They thought they were amazing. They are 3 smart points each, and they are quite sweet. I do find that some of the Weight Watchers stuff is sweet, but I think they're about £2.15. I think they're good value for money, and they are suitable for vegetarians. They are not suitable for vegans because they do have eggs in them. But they do have nuts as well, so if you have a nut allergy, be careful. But they are your oaty berry and seed bars. The other ones they do, which you probably all know, is the nut ones. So they've just mixed it up a bit with some berries, and I thought they were quite nice. And this is what they look like. And actually, I quite like the packaging on this one. I thought it was quite nice. Better than having it all coloured in. At least you can actually see it. Look, you can see those nice cranberries and blueberries in there. So there you go. So that's that one. Now, Marks and Spencer. I'm going to do these over the next couple of weeks as well. I'm going to share with you some of the guilt-free snacking. Now, the guilt-free snacking is the Count on Us range as well. And these are, Where are we? These are 3 smart points each, these ones, and there's 5 bags in here of the cool mini tortillas. Now, I do love tortilla chips. I can eat a bag of Doritos in the blink of an eye, and that's probably where all my weekly points would go for that week. Great that I've got the turbo grips now, because they managed to stop me from going down and eating any more. But I like these because they're tortilla chips, and I love tortilla chips. And if I went to the Mexican restaurant, because I love chili food, I love Mexican food, and I would probably take a bag of these with me. Now I know that I can get them, because I hadn't seen these for ages, and I saw them in Edgware Road and I was really pleased. These are 3 smart points. Try them out. The other thing I have got in Marks and Spencer is I've got a Spanish style chicken and cauliflower rice. Now, I don't think I've shown you this one before. This is a new one from the Balance for You range, and it is 8 smart points. And I haven't tried it yet, but it is the cauliflower rice. So this is exactly the same amount of smart points as the beef sandwich, the Counter Nuts beef sandwich. So if you want something that's going to sustain you throughout the day at work, if you want it in the microwave, 8 smart points, that's quite good. They're still, even now, I don't know how they're doing it at the moment with the margins, but they are Balance for You and also Counter Nuts together. You can mix and match them, and they are still 3 for £10. So go and get them while you can. And if you can freeze them, go and freeze them. This one, can you freeze? I don't think, no, you can't freeze this one, unfortunately. But go and freeze, especially some of those, some of the meat meals, like the steak, the braised steak, and also the chicken, the roast chicken one. That one you can freeze, and I thought they're really, really good. So get some of those. The other thing I wanted to share with you, this was a new one as well. This was really nice. Now I'm going to put a photograph of this because it was so colourful. This is the Balance for You, and it is the sesame chili chicken and red rice salad. So you can't really see the picture on here, so I'm going to put the picture up. But it was really tasty. The sauce wasn't actually that hot. It really was. I mean, I do like really hot sauce, and I couldn't really taste the chili, but you could taste the flavour of the chili, but you couldn't taste the fire of the chili. So that was really, really, really nice. That is nice for your lunch. That's 5 smart points, that one. And what else we got? Marks and Spencer. So I had to put, I'm so rude of me coming out of camera shot, isn't it? Let's have a look. We've got some Counter Nuts. Again, these are all still 3 for £10. This is the vegetable moussaka. This is, guess who had this one? That's right, Mr. Rivet. But we both love the vegetable moussaka. Let me tell you, the vegetable moussaka has been around for a long, long time. It's one of the original staples from the Counter Nuts range. It came out with the vegetable lasagna, and also they did the lamb moussaka as well. I do love a bit of Greek food. I do love moussaka. This one I prefer to the lamb one, actually, and it's very creamy. The only thing is it doesn't go in the microwave. It goes straight in the oven. It's 25 minutes in the oven, but you can cook it from frozen for 45 minutes, which is also a bonus as well, so you don't have to defrost it. But it goes really nice and crispy on top. It's got that lovely cheesy texture to it as well, and it's only 7 smart points. So if you have that with a bag of the steamed veg, that is an amazing dinner, and you get a lot. It's very big, and it's 1 serving. It's not a half of it, it's a whole one. That's really worth it. I like that one. The other one I tried this week was, and this was a new, I don't know if this actually is a new one. This is the chicken mini fillets in gravy with buttery mash, carrots and peas. Now, I liked it as well, but I have to say, I needed to boost it up with some more vegetables. So you get the peas in it and you get the carrots, but we did put some broccoli, because I love broccoli. Does anyone else like, but I love broccoli. So we had some broccoli with that as well. This is 8 smart points. Again, if you think about it, that one These are like the same as a sandwich, a Count on Us sandwich. I love it. I love the diet maths of it. I just think I'll have this or I'll have a sandwich. I'll have this more than a sandwich. So I just think that's, how do they, I don't know how they do it, but they do it. And this one, I have to say, it was my favourite. And I didn't know, I've seen it before, but I don't think I've ever seen it with the ham in. I think it was always with bacon, but now it's with ham. I could be wrong, but this one is 11 points. It is pasta, and it's the tagliatelle. It's the ham and mushroom tagliatelle. I can say that one. Tagliatelle. I love it. Absolutely love it. I tell you what I liked about it. The ham is not like your average deli ham. It is proper, you know when your mum did boiled ham for Easter, or she did it at Christmas and she does the gum and joint. Oh, it's that sort of ham, and it's thick, it's stringy, it's juicy. It's got a lovely smoky flavour to the ham. It also has the mushrooms, and the mushrooms are quite big and again chunky. And there's lots of lovely creamy spaghetti. It is 11 smart points, so it will be a proper meal for you in the evening. I had it with a side salad. I would suggest you would too, just so that you feel like you're beefing it up and you're not just having a microwave meal. But this one you can freeze, and this one you can freeze, and of course this one you can freeze. So while they're still 3 for £10, I'd go and grab them and stick them in the freezer. Tonight, when we went down to Sainsbury's, I tried the Spanish chicken. Now, this was the one that Mr. Rivet said, tell the Skinnies about. It's really, really nice. It's lovely. Try it, Leanne. And I did try it, and it is 11 points. It took all of the rest of my points up for today. Didn't like it. Oh, no. That's not entirely true. I liked the rice. The rice was delicious. The rice was probably the best rice I've ever had in a ready meal. I didn't like the chicken bit. I sort of think it's supposed to be like the Spanish chicken that M&S do, but I do like the one that the M&S do, and I didn't like this. It was very watery. Excuse me. I said to Paul that it reminded me, it just tasted like it was just tomatoes and chicken with a hint of spice, and it didn't taste of anything really. I'm really, really sorry actually, because half of the dinner, if you could buy the rice on its own, that rice was amazing. The taste of it and the texture was really nutty. It had lots of different... If I show you it's got like sweet corn and peas, and it had peppers in it, and it really did look like that. This, I have to tell you, this is a very good, fair representation of how it comes out, because it doesn't come in that pot, but it did look like that. So you're not being deceived that way. But I do think it was very, very watery. It needed to have something in it, to, I suppose, some cornstarch or something in it to make it a bit, because I'm sorry, Kirsty. Is it Kirsty? I'm sorry. Didn't like it. I will be honest with you. Sainsbury's, they do this amazing thing. Now I love this, and I'm going to eat this in a minute actually, because this is my mango. This is my dessert for tonight, and they do the mango already cut up, and I cannot bear cutting up a mango. I tell you why I don't like cutting up a mango. I'm a lazy cook, and sometimes it's nice to be lazy, but I don't like that big thick stone in the middle, and this is already done for you, but they give you a piece of lime with it. And there's nothing I like more than squirting a bit of lime on my mango. And when I first tried it like that, it was from Pret a Manger. And that's probably the only things I eat in Pret a Manger, because I think everything else is very high in points because it's got mayo in it. But the mango doesn't. They're really, really nice. These are on the go, and they're the mango fingers with lime. So if you like mango, I do love mango. get yourself some. So that's part of your 5 a day. It's important to mix it up with some fresh fruit and vegetables. Now, let's quickly go back to Marks and Spencer, because let me tell you about eating the food that you love. I'm not doing this very well tonight, am I? Let's have a look. Eating the food you love. Blue Stilton. White Stilton. Cornish Cove mature cheddar. And it's because it was a big bag. I'm sorry, it was such a big bag. I'm going to get a smaller bag next week. This one is the mature Blue Stilton. Now, let me tell you about these. These are the real McCoy. These are not your lightest. These are the real McCoy. But what I like, they're portion controlled. And these are new. And they are Stilton slices. And they're in the slice, they're in the shape of a burger. So you can put them on your burger. So if you have a skinny burger, you can make it fat with this. But look, they're only for Smart Points. So if you're really good, you can have a piece of Stilton. If you love Stilton, I love Stilton. This as well is 50 grams. That works out the Blue Stilton at 4 Smart Points. You are in no way danger of cutting a big slice if you just have this, if you buy it. And the nice thing about in M&S, you can buy these cheeses individually. You can mix and match them, and you don't have to have a minimum or a maximum. You can just buy as many as you want. And the other one that they had, it's in there, was the Brie, and they're all for Smart Points. In fact, the only one I don't think, it was actually the Cornish Extra Mature. That was 5 Smart Points, but the rest are all 4. And if you really, really, really like cheese, and if you love cheese, and I do, and you cannot bear to have it in the house because you think you are going to go overboard with it, which I would. When I saw these as I was walking past, I thought, I wonder how many Smart Points they are. And I had a go, and I stuck them in the app, and they are, as I said, the biggest one is this one, which is 5. I wouldn't necessarily have that, because if I have cheddar, I will now go for my protein cheese. But I do love Stilton. I do love blue cheese, and these are brilliant. And they're really big. This is the size of them. That is the round size of them, and you could crumble that up. You could put it on your macaroni if you're making a macaroni with a very low jus that you're making, and you could sprinkle some of that on top as well. And I think it's a really good idea to have it. It's a handy way of having cheese. I really like that. The other thing that I had bought, and this was in Tesco. We're really mixed up tonight, aren't we? Look, I'm flying around everywhere. These are the Smart Jellies. The Smart Jellies? The jellies are. Buyer beware. Got the wrong one, didn't I? This one is an ordinary jelly, and this one is the sugar-free jelly. So we know this one is 0 points, but we don't know how many Smart Points this one is. But I will tell you how many Smart Points this one is by the magic of the YouTube. And this one is 0, so always go for this one. The reduced sugar, or the no added sugar jelly, is 0 Smart Points. So you can have one of those for your tea. Very nice. So the last thing I got from Waitrose was the Heinz Weight Watchers range. And the Weight Watchers range is the spaghetti, and I've got 2 tins of spaghetti, and it's all on special at the moment. I think it was buy 5 for £2, or I think it was something like that. I don't know, I can't remember, but it was on special. This one's dented, but this is your baked beans, and this was your soup. And let me tell you that I really like the tomato soup. The whole tin and it's not that big. It's not as big as the others, you see. It's a little bit smaller. The whole tin is 3 smart points, but it did taste like Heinz tomato soup, and that is what is important for me. I know you can do your soups which are 0 points, but this tastes like Heinz tomato soup, and I do like a Heinz tomato soup. The Heinz spaghetti is, for the whole tin, is 6 smart points. For half a tin, if I was having that for tea, I would have the whole tin on toast, and that would be 6 smart points. But the half a tin is 3 smart points. That again did taste like Heinz spaghetti, but the nice thing about it was they poshed it up for us. They put some parsley in it, so I quite like that. And the beans, the baked beans, again, the half a tin is 4 smart points. So I wanted to try them because I wanted to give my normal staples that I would have, and I would normally have ordinary baked beans. I usually buy the smart baked beans or the basics baked beans from from Sainsbury's, and I would have a smaller portion. But I thought, do you know what, I'm going to have a go at it and see if these are going to be any different, or if they're nicer. I don't know. They are more expensive. I think they're 65 pence a can actually, and I think if you bought 5 you got 1 free or something. I don't know, it was, I can't remember. It was the middle of the week and a lot had happened this week. Anyway, let's have a look at the one thing I want to do this week. I am really excited. She said, ooh, ooh, ooh. I forgot about these. These were from Sainsbury's. And Mr. Rivet picked them up and put them in the bagel box. And they are the cinnamon and raisin ones. And I found them. Ta-da! I have not tried these yet, because let me tell you, we have gone through 3 packets of these. 3 whole packets of these. Have I had one? Where have they gone? Mr. Rivet. These are 4 smart points. Actually, it's probably good I haven't actually had any, because I know what I'm like, and I do like a sweet bagel, and these ones, cinnamon and raisin, oh, with a bit of cream cheese and jam. Oh. It's probably the best thing that I don't have them. So, but what I did have, if you saw on Connect this week, I had a hot cross bun for my breakfast, again, which Mr. Rivet brought in, and it was 9 smart points, and I was quite disgusted with myself actually that I ate 9 smart points for breakfast. But I thought, you know what? It's Easter, and we're coming up in the next couple of weeks. It's going to be, where are we going with this? On the 8th, we're going away, and it's that week, isn't it? So it's the week of the 10th is leading into Easter. So you've got Monday, Thursday, and you've also got Good Friday. So that means hot cross buns. So let's have a look at hot cross buns. And I went to Waitrose and I bought these original Waitrose essential hot cross buns. They're your bulk standard hot cross bun, and they are 8 smart points each. Now that's a lot. And that's a lot, isn't it? It is a lot. Do you remember a couple of weeks ago, I went to Sainsbury's and I got the Good For Yourself, Be Good To You, Good To Yourself or Be Good To You. They were 7 smart points. And I thought, even at that one, how am I going to get a hot cross bun that is going to be at a lower smart point and I'm going to enjoy? Because actually I would quite enjoy the ordinary ones or something a little bit more luxurious. So the ones that were 9 smart points in Marks and Spencer, ta-da! I was really excited when I saw these, because they do the mini ones, and the mini ones are only 4 smart points each. So make sure that you have just one and give the rest of them to your children or to your friends or take them to work. But you could have one for 4 smart points. That could be, or if you wanted 2 for 8 and you wanted to do it after, for a morning snack in the morning and a snack in the afternoon, that's better than eating one in one go and thinking, oh my goodness, that's one. I think in your head, eating 2 isn't as bad as eating 1 for the same smart points. I don't know, no, perhaps that's just me. But yes, these ones, little smart ones, 4 smart points. And also, Waitrose also did the same thing. They went on the rampage and they did the rich fruited mini hot cross buns, spicy and plump. So I think they're probably similar to those, although they are the luxury ones. These ones are 3 smart points each. And I thought, yeah, I'm going to get them because they're the small ones too. So I thought, do anyone else do them? Does any of the other stores do them? So I went to Tesco. They didn't do them. They just had all their normal range. And I went to Sainsbury's and they didn't have any either. They only had the normal size ones and they had the Be Good to Yourself ones. So I went back to Marks and Spencer because I know they do these ones, and these are, they look like nuclear war, don't they? Look at those. Neon. Now why are they neon? They are because they are mini chocolate orange hot cross buns. They are lovely. And they are 3 smart points each. So you could have 2 and that's 6 smart points. So that's your morning one, that's your afternoon one. And give the rest to your friends and family. You know, but I think I am on the Weight Watchers plan and I've got to make it work for me. And I want to continue to enjoy the foods that I love. And somebody once told me that a little of what you fancy does you good. And I know that was my nan. She used to say that to us. And I think that a little of what you fancy does you good. And that, incorporating the basket and the toppet. How cool is that? I'm on point because we are going to do a giveaway. The question was, earlier on this month, which episode did I use a hashtag over and over again? How many times did I use that hashtag? What was that hashtag? And what week was that episode aired in? The week was week 9. The word was ingenious. And how many times did I use it? Well, let's count, shall we? A little bit of ingenious. Genius. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. I thought it was an ingenious idea. So here we go. We've got that was an ingenious idea. So I nicked that from the Skinnies. I thought that was an ingenious idea. Next week I think we'll do a giveaway and I was ingenious. So that is it. Make your list. That's really ingenious, isn't it? And look, it doesn't fall. So they're not going. The answer is 7 and I have got 7 people, I think, that actually got it right in my box. Put together, here we go. We have Lindsay Swift. You have won. You've won that lovely bag and all of those amazing things in it. Well done to you. So if you go up to my main page and if you click on the button at the top in the About section, there is a message button. If you press that message button, you can send me a message. If you send me that message, it will come privately into my email address. And if you send me your address details, I will send you that beautiful bag and all of those amazing things. So that just about wraps it up. But we do have one special thing to say left, and that is Leanne loves this week one of my connectagons. I told you this week it was all about the kids, but it's also Mother's Day this weekend. Hello, Mum. I'm coming to see you on Sunday, so it's Mothering Sunday here in the UK. And there has been a little girl who has been trending on UK Connect, and her name is Freya. And Freya is such an amazing little girl. She has lost 18 pounds in 11 weeks. And I am so amazed because I know how difficult it is. I know how difficult it is to lose weight. It is so hard. And I can imagine being a child, it's even harder when everybody else is having sweets and things. And you've done an amazing job. And because you have done an amazing job, I have decided to give you your very own chip cup. But I also have been down to Smith's Toys earlier on today, and we put together, Mr. Rivet and I put together a little bag of goodies just for you. And it's from all of us, from all of the Connectagons, from everybody from UK Connect who has wished you well, because there's loads of people on there who've given you so many positive feedback. And we want to say well done. And rather than give you lots of sweets and things, we thought we would give you some toys and some pleasure and some lots of bits and pieces. So they're on your way to you. I've been speaking to your mum, and keep up with it. And why don't you, because I know you've commented already, why don't you, Freya, write down in the comment section below your top 5 tips for losing weight, because I'm sure that you could tell the adults a thing or two about what it's like to be on a Weight Watchers journey, because you're doing a fantastic job. And let me tell you one last thing. Do you remember our little Mable? Well, she has had an operation, and this is what she looks like now. Isn't that amazing? I am so happy for Mable. So there are so many wonderful things happening on Connect. If you're not on UK Connect, go and have a look on your app. Go and have a chat with us. Hashtag us in at Leanne's Weekly Weigh In, or the Rivets. If you do that hashtag, you will get me and you'll find all the stuff that I've been saying over the week. Get me on the Instagrams, and here are all of my bits and pieces on the socials. Go and have a look. Check out our Facebook page. We're not really vocal that much on it, but we will answer any queries, and we stick recipes on there as well. So have a look on that, and I will see less of you next week.